Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. I'm Dana Ruzika, Chief Product Officer for Avid, coming to you from my home studio, which also doubles as my home office from the lovely rolling hills of New Hampshire. And I'm also joined today by several members of our senior leadership team for Avid's Product and Technology Group, including Mr. Ofir Benovici, who is our Vice President of Product Management for Enterprise, zooming in from Tel Aviv. Ofir, how you doing?
Hey Dana, I'm doing great, thank you.
We also have David Colantuoni, who's our Vice President for Product Management for Avid's audio, video, storage, and cloud products, zooming in from Massachusetts. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dana.
And last but not least, we have Mr. Tim Claman, who's our Vice President of Software Engineering and also Avid's Chief Technology Officer, also zooming in from Massachusetts. Hey, Tim, how's it going?
It's going great, Dana. Great to see you.
Awesome. So, as Jeff mentioned in last week's video, given the situation with COVID-19, our top priority at Avid is the safety of our employees and customers, and enabling our industry to keep productions moving forward through this unprecedented time. Now, internally at Avid, we've successfully shifted to a work-from-home environment in just a few short weeks. And I have to tell you, our engineering teams are cranking away on new product innovations and workflows as we speak that you'll be able to take advantage of. From a customer perspective, we're focused on getting all of you, the music, film, television, broadcast, news, and educational professionals around the globe, the capabilities, workflow, deployment options, and licensing that you need to keep working. Because now more than ever, it's important that we all stay connected as a community through media. And at Avid, we're committed to making the technology available to do just that. Now, over the past 4 weeks, we've engaged literally probably 100, 200 customers and working with them to work through these challenges with COVID-19. And what we've seen are a lot of pretty consistent themes. First and foremost, what's on everybody's mind is keeping people safe and stopping the spread. That's obviously the top priority for everybody. But from a technology perspective, there's also gaining access to the tools that you need, work stoppage, so we have productions trying to figure out how to keep their production teams moving forward, restrictions on travel, availability of talent, even business continuity and availability of capital, the funding to keep projects going. See, these are all very common themes that we've heard from our customers as we've worked with them over the last several weeks. And in just a short time, the media industry as we knew it has changed dramatically, with the need for people to work from home or from wherever they are out of harm's way. Done moving forward. And for those of us who have been in the industry for a while, a great example of this was the terrible earthquake and tsunami that impacted Japan in 2011, a horrible situation for that reason. But from a media technology perspective, it permanently disrupted the availability of magnetic tape. And as a result, our industry shifted to digital and file-based workflows almost overnight. And we may very well see that same sort of workflow transition again with our current situation. At Avid, our focus has long been on enabling media professionals to work collaboratively, whether they're in the same building, working across town, or even on a different continent. And over the past several years, we've been developing solutions leveraging cloud and virtualization technologies to enable things like peer-to-peer collaboration, remote connectivity, web and mobile apps, client-side virtualization, full storage and workflow virtualization, hosting end-to-end workflows in the cloud, and then more recently, serving up solutions as software as a service. Now, all of these come together to enable a truly distributed production environment where people can work from wherever they are together on the same projects. Now, we're now focused on bringing awareness of these workflows and solutions for media professionals that they can take advantage of right now. There's a lot of stuff, technology solutions right here today that you can all take advantage of. And we're hyper-focused on accelerating development of any new capabilities that customers need to get their work done in this new environment. So that's the big frame, that's the big picture. What I'd like to do is pull the panel in. And so Tim, let's go over to you. If you put your CTO hat on for a second, tell us more about how you see things evolving with distributed production and how this technology and these solutions I mentioned can help our customers.
Okay, thanks, Dana. I think you could look at the current crisis as a temporary disruption, and you can imagine we'll just go back to working the way we used to in a few months. But I really don't see it playing out this way, and that's because I believe that distributed production will become the new normal because distributed working models give you greater flexibility and agility, and at the same time, they're intrinsically more resilient to disruptions and crises like the one we're unfortunately in. So the promise of distributed production is to allow you to work with anyone in the world at any time, regardless of where you are. And I think that's an exciting future that we can look forward to, even though, we're obviously in a very difficult situation right now. The COVID-19 crisis has really provided a checkpoint on our collective readiness as an industry for this kind of major disruption. And I think from regardless of how prepared you were, at this point, you know that business continuity and disaster recovery are no longer what if scenarios that may or may not ever unfold. The current crisis has forced us to adapt to new ways of working and to think about what we really need to get our jobs done and how to fulfill those needs outside the walls of a facility. And when you look at it at a really high level, Avid customers and media production professionals, they need really two things to get their job done. If you really simplify it, they need access to content and they need access to tools. And when you look at the different approaches and solutions that are available, they all have to do with making it possible for you to access content or access the tools in a flexible way. So for content, you want to be able to access content, media, and metadata from anywhere, whether it's stored locally or in a data center somewhere, in a facility, or in the public cloud. So you want all that content to be readily accessible to you wherever you are. And for creative tools, you really want the user experience to come to you wherever you are. So whether you're looking at a browser in on a computer, whether you're actually using a full featured application like Pro Tools or Media Composer on your laptop or desktop computer, whether you're interacting with your phone or a tablet, you want that user experience to come to you. So between content access and access to tools, the more we can do to give you flexible access, the more power and flexibility you'll have. So the good news is at Avid, we've been working on this for a while. We didn't just start thinking about it. You asked how we can help our customers, Dana, and we know that Avid needs to just continue innovating to give our customers more choices, to enable new ways of working. And despite the horrible crisis we're in and the disruption we're in, I'm hoping we look back and see not just that terrible crisis, but also a watershed moment for our industry where we all innovated together and came out better for it by adapting new ways of working in a distributed fashion.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Tim. And so many powerful technologies that can be leveraged right now. So I want to throw it over to Ofir. So sort of taking where Tim left off, Ofir, let's think about if you could tell the audience what you're hearing from news organizations, what they're dealing with, how they see these challenges. Because when you think about a broadcaster or a news organization, in even a regular environment, they're in a high-pressure environment to get news on air, and what we're experiencing now just brings it to a whole new level. So tell us more about what you're hearing in that area.
Yeah, thanks, Dana. So first, probably not for reasons anyone wanted to. News ratings are actually growing now. People are spending more time at home. There's a lot of uncertainty, so they are striving to get updated info and data. Next, and probably the biggest shift that we are seeing, is the move from centralized to distributed production environment. How can I ensure business continuity? How can I keep my journalists and reporting from the field safe? How can I protect my studios and keep them operational? How can I continue producing stories and be on air even when journalists and other team members are not able to access the facility? And how can I be equally efficient working from remote? Those are some of the questions that news organizations are now asking and facing. The situation is very dynamic, and stories are rapidly developing worldwide, which requires the ability to turn those stories as quickly as possible and share them across different distribution channels. The traditional channel, but equally important, if not more, both digital and social media outlets. Lastly, the need to tell a better story and visualize a massive amount of data that is not necessarily understandable otherwise, so it could be easily consumed by viewers.
Yeah, these are really, really tough challenges that our news customers are facing. So, how do we take the technology and some of the solutions we've talked about, and how are we working with our customers to help them through this?
So first and foremost, helping our customers to stay on air is our top priority. Especially with many of them are the ones delivering the news and updates to the viewers on an hourly basis. For the last couple of years, we heavily invested in the Media Central platform. One of its many advantages is the fact that it's a web-based application, which means that a journalist can just log to any laptop or any other PC or any other device from their home or anywhere else, put their story together as if they were working from their news desk in a secured fashion. Now more than ever, this needs to be self-sufficient from within the Media Central user interface and from anywhere with an internet connectivity. To summarize, the need for remote and distributed workflow was always around, but not as a top priority. The COVID-19 situation in many ways radically accelerated the transition from centralized to remote and distributed news operation. With Media Central, we at Avid are now set to assist our customers and partners to navigate through this transition efficiently.
Yeah, that's some really interesting insights. And again, a lot of this technology has been there, but now there's a real need to put it to work. So thank you, Ofir, for that perspective. So I want to shift over now to Dave and talk a little bit about video editing, video post-production. So you and I, we've talked to a lot of customers over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and a lot of common themes here. Tell us more about what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and what we're doing to help our customers in this area.
Sure. We've been talking to customers over the past few weeks. They've all been trying to figure out how to work remotely because video editing really doesn't stop just because you need to be remote or collaborate with team members. And so, as you know, Avid has actually been in the forefront of this collaboration revolution for many years. And we've been able to drive our products and develop products that have had remote and distributed capabilities, over and over again. So we really have been at the forefront of this. However, our customers actually don't really know too much about it. So we spent a few weeks educating them on the different things and different offerings that we have today. And we've actually been able to offer remote capabilities and add some additional functionality with the cloud. And I'll talk about that in a second. Today, our customers, we really can support them with multiple options. And some of them Tim's talked about in Ofir. We have peer-to-peer collaboration. We have Media Composer Cloud Remote. We have Media Composer Cloud VM and Media Central Cloud UX. And all of these products actually take a seamless experience that you can have on-premise and edit and take that and use it remotely or in the cloud. So our goal has really been to take the editor, the creative people who are working directly with the other team members and make sure that their experience is as seamless as possible so that they feel like they're actually working inside of their edit bay. Now, for those people who actually want to work in the cloud, this means that we've actually been able to take our editing experiences and drive them directly into the cloud along with our Nexus storage. Now, what does this all mean? It really means that nothing is on premise. Everything is running in the cloud. We've been able to harness the power of the compute power of the cloud. We've been able to take Avid Nexus and make it Avid Nexus Cloud. And we've taken Media Composer and we've actually deployed that in the cloud too. So everyone is actually collaborating and working in a cloud instance and nothing is on premise. Now, additionally, we've been able to leverage some of the capabilities that you see in Nexus on-prem with our SSD products or online or nearline. And we've been actually able to deploy those in the cloud. So we have Nexus Online and Nexus Archive and Nexus Nearline. And that's all seamlessly driven so that customers can both edit and use their storage just like they use it today in their editing environments. Now, finally, we've really been able to take our Edit on Demand program and drive this for our customers very quickly over the past few weeks. And today we actually have some major motion picture studios using these products today to create the movies that you love. And every day we're deploying more and more of these. Our customers are looking for Avid to be in the forefront of developing these workflows, and we've been meeting this challenge for the last number of years, and we're going to continue to do that for the next number of years. So there you go.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. And, what's interesting is a lot of different ways that we can go about it. We've talked to customers about remote workflows. So, you have your heavy client at home, but remoting back into the sort of the mothership, the production facility. But even more recently, as you were just saying, Dave, we have big customers actually shifting the whole workload, the whole workflow up into the cloud with Edit on Demand. So everything's taking place in the cloud. So a lot of different ways we can go about it, and we're helping our customers. And it's pretty neat to see how people are adapting to this new environment. So thanks, Dave. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about broadcast, a little bit about video and post-production. I want to shift gears and talk about audio. So Tim, I know your day job is to lead our software engineering team, and you're our chief technology officer, but you were also a pro audio mixer for many years. So why don't I throw it over to you, and can you tell us a little bit about what we got going on the audio side of the house?
Yeah, sure. As you know, for a few years now, Avid's offered a cloud service for Pro Tools users that enables them to collaborate on the same song or program. And unlike generic file sharing services, the user interface and the user experience for Pro Tools cloud collaboration is integrated directly into Pro Tools. So collaborating with others is super easy. You just start a cloud project, invite others to collaborate, and then assign tracks to different collaborators. So then everyone just gets to work on their own tracks. And when they're ready, they publish those tracks periodically so that they can be shared with others. And then as you're working, you can download, you get notifications, you can download the tracks that your collaborators have been working on. And there's an integrated chat window so you can send notes back and forth without ever leaving Pro Tools. And that's really how we want all of our distributed workflow solutions to behave. We want creative teams focusing on the creative tasks. We want them spending time in the creative tools. We don't want them switching contexts, exporting, importing, and data wrangling. We want that to be out of the picture. And as I say, that's how Pro Tools cloud collaboration works today. There are a few things that people don't know about cloud collaboration that I'd like to point out. One is that on any given day, we have roughly 600,000 unique users on that platform from over 200 countries. And I see the statistics, and it really, it's very rewarding to me to see how people are using the cloud collaboration service, because I just imagine everybody out there working on their songs together, working on their audio productions all around the world and collaborating with one another. So that's very fulfilling. Another thing people don't know is that Pro Tools cloud collaboration is free if you're a Pro Tools customer. So you can access the service today just by being owner of Pro Tools software. And the third thing that most people don't know is that under the covers, Pro Tools cloud collaboration is really a large multi-tenant instance of Media Central. So it's really Avid Media Central hosted in the public cloud in a multi-tenant fashion that allows all these hundreds of thousands of users to share projects together and collaborate. It's a really great option, workflow-wise for near real-time collaboration. But going forward, we're looking at ways to enable real-time collaboration as well. So hopefully someday, Dana, instead of just working together collaboratively, publishing tracks, that you and I can have a real-time jam session if you want.
I'm looking forward to that day. But I got to tell you, even with what we have right now with the cloud collaboration, if you're a musician, you're producing music, and you haven't used it yet, check it out. You get this capability comes with Pro Tools. And it's a really interesting way that will allow you to keep creating, keep working with your creative collaborators through this time that we're experiencing here. So thanks, Tim. Really exciting. To wrap things up, we heard from Ofir about what our news and broadcast customers are facing and the challenges they have there, and what we can do with our Media Central platform to connect those users from wherever they are to keep news on air. We heard from Dave about the conversations we're having with our video editing and post-production customers, and how we're literally shifting entire post-production workloads up into the cloud to keep these production teams working. We just heard from Tim on the music creation side, how tools like Pro Tools Cloud Collaboration can keep that sort of creative process going. So I want to thank Tim, Ofir, and Dave for sharing their perspectives today. And at Avid, our sole focus for the past 30 years has been developing innovative technology and solutions that enable all of you to do what you do best: inform, entertain, and enlighten the world with media. And rest assured, we are here with you to navigate through this unprecedented time. And I want to invite you to all join us later this summer when hopefully things have calmed down a bit. We'll be coming back to you to show you all the new product innovations and the product announcements that we would have shown at NAB and Connect. So that'll happen this summer. And in the meantime, please check out the Avid Remote Work page, where we're continually adding new content like videos like the one we're doing here, webinars, tips and tricks on how to leverage Avid's products and solutions in a distributed production environment. So on behalf of Team Avid, I want to thank you all for your time and stay safe.